Hey, it's Raf. I'm 2 months on T, and for this video, just like with the last one, I'm gonna go through my changes on a week-by-week basis as opposed to the top to bottom way that people tend to do, just because I personally like looking at things within a timeline. As I have mentioned before, the testosterone that I take is in the form of the gel, and that is Androgel 1%. I started off with a 2 pumps a day dose, and then that went up to 3 pumps a day. So these are the changes that I had noticed along like week 5, 6, 7, and 8. Last month I had talked quite a bit about like having really itchy hips. When I talked to my doctor about it, he was a little bit surprised but not really concerned. So we kind of just made a note of it, and by week 5 it was like lessening anyway. That was also when my mood was definitely leveling out. Like it pretty much felt like pre-T. And then also my weight was on a plateau, which was a little bit frustrating, but I was kind of like letting myself be content with the fact that it was not shooting upwards. And also that was when my appetite had kind of started to settle down a little bit, although I still was eating a lot. My throat was also getting less itchy, and my hot flashes were like lessening as well. But that was also when my pimples started coming in, and I was starting to get some on my face and shoulders. But in week 6, they kind of stopped coming in, or like slowed down coming in, and the fatigue that I had felt in week 3 and 4, it was a little bit there in week 5, but was gone by week 6. And then week 6 was also when I felt like I had no more hot flashes, just like a higher cold tolerance and a lower heat tolerance. Week 6 was also when I started to really notice some muscle definition. And while my weight was on a plateau, I did feel like my body was starting to square out a little bit, which was nice. And I also felt like I wasn't really feeling the itchy hips anymore. And I also noticed that my mood was like continuing to be level, and I was getting really excited for my upcoming surgery. And that was about it. For week 7, my voice, I felt like, was starting to get deeper, and then my mood hit a bit of a low, but I felt like that was more external than internal. Like it was more like about like some stuff going on with life versus like tea related. But I did start to feel like I was starting to have trouble with like telling my emotions apart, or like naming them, I guess. Like I felt like I knew I was having feelings and like emotions and stuff. I had a little bit more control with like expressing them, but I also was having a bit of trouble with like understanding what they were. Like I could tell they were negative, but I wasn't really sure like what they were. So that was like weird, but I think it's just me needing to be a bit more self-aware, I think. Week 7 was also when my weight was really starting to fluctuate, which was kind of frustrating. So week 8, this week, is when I feel like my face is starting to bloat a little bit more with like the water retention or whatever. And it's not helping that like I'm looking at the scale and my weight is shooting up. And that is frustrating, but then I'm also like looking at like my body and I feel like it's not getting bigger. If anything, I feel like my muscles are getting like bigger and more defined. So it's possible that the weight gain is more of muscle gain than like fat gain, and that's what I'm kind of reassuring myself with. And also I'm just telling myself that after surgery, after I've recovered, I can just like work out and do stuff without feeling conscious about the bounciness. Also for this week, I definitely feel like my voice has gotten deeper, and I'm gonna like throw in a comparison thing and we'll see how that seems. Yeah, I'm Raf. It's Raf, and I'm 1 month on T. It's Raf, I'm 2 months on T. Kind of excited to see how low this can go. I'm excited to see how low this can go. I feel like I'm talking with a deeper voice and I can hear it and I feel conscious of it and I'm loving it. As for facial and body hair, I have been getting a little bit more on here. And I'm also like feeling like a pimple over here. As for body hair, I have been getting a bit more on my like legs. I feel like I'm getting more belly hair as well. Not much of a treasure trail yet, but I think I'm on my way there. I also felt like my pee like smelled even stronger this week. Like I know I noticed a little bit of a pee change on week 1 and 2, but week 8, I guess, is when I like noticed it even more. I felt really low in energy this week, but I feel like it's because my period came in. I'm hoping that like next month I'm done with this, please. So that's it for the changes I noticed on 2 months of testosterone. Not a lot really, mostly just my voice getting a little bit deeper, my hot flashes going away, my pimples coming and then going, not really sticking around for the ride, and hopefully it stays that way. My hips no longer being itchy, and a little bit of body hair, and my pee changing. posted new art on my Instagram. Unfortunately, it's another drawing of myself, so I feel like I should draw not myself next time because it's coming off a little bit vain. And I know I am vain, but no one needs to be aware of how vain I really am. So I was kind of thinking, because it's Pride Month, I could probably maybe draw like tribute / fan art of people that have been really inspiring for my like transition coming out journey. No promises though, because I am busy and I don't know if I have that much time to draw for myself, but we'll see. And I am looking forward to surgery. I'll see you guys next week. I still don't know how to end videos smoothly. Bye.